Hi everyone, it's me Giovanni, and um, let's just say I've been trying to continue certain Wattpad stories of mine, but one of them, I mean, I've already thought about this, and the plot of the story is simple at least, but with certain layers due to certain characters being involved with the main character, or all of the named characters that I would have in the story involved with the main character. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, so starting off the story with the main character arriving at school, riding her bike to the new school that she's going to. That's only 10 minutes away from where she lives, or at least how much time, the amount of time she'll go to school on her bike. She enters the school. Now, I've been trying to find a certain reference for like the school like entrance. I don't know, the inside of the entrance or the entrance hall. Like my story would take place in the 1970s, and this is inspired by AFMA's Phoenix Drop High series. And apparently, Phoenix Drop High is, at least the original, is inspired by Little Rock Central High School in Arkansas. Arkansas. I think that's the name. I don't know how it would be actually pronounced, of how it's spelled, but basically, it's inspired by Arkansas. And apparently, when I found pictures of that school, the actual real life inside of that school is interesting. Very interesting. It does not even have a front desk or like a reception or secretary desk in the front entrance. No, it does not. So, and okay. So, I try to find any sources of a secretary or office desk in front of the school entrance. And I've tried, and there is, but it doesn't look like it's in front of the actual entrance. Like it's not part of the entrance. And also, having a school take place in the 1970s, I've tried, really tried, and it has been absolute hell. I feel like it's sort of difficult to actually imagine a 1970s a 1970s high school with the entrance containing the front office, where if it's either the principal's office, the vice principal, or a secretary. I don't know, but what I do know is that it would be absolutely impossible. It would be absolutely impossible, especially in a realistic perspective. Like, there's no way in hell. No way in hell. So, yeah, that kind of set me off. So, I would just imagine, like, if it was a movie, it would involve the main character going into the school from the entrance, and then just cutting away to the first class that she has being homeroom. Not actually at the first period, but still a starter class. That would take like um 10 to 15 minutes or 10 to 20 minutes, and mostly about attendance, um wanting people to get along, making sure they have their schedules and stuff like that. Yeah, that. And then it would just cut to where she sees a boy in the hallway, and she immediately starts to feel a certain attraction to him. Now, I can't actually remember what I first thought of it, but basically, she would be attracted to him not in a typical love at first sight, um, wanting to actually be his girlfriend and maybe marry him one day. No, more like she wants to date him, just try and get to know him by dating him or something. I don't know. Yeah. And I just thought about it, and what if the Pirate Boy did other FNAF related content? Like, for example, Five Nights at Candy's and maybe even Pop Goes. Because those are the two main FNAF fan games that are still popular to this day. I mean, mostly Five Nights at Candy's. Especially with both of their stories taking place in the original FNAF trilogy, where the FNAF trilogy, at least according to Popgo's original story, with the 2016 original version of Popgo's, taking place in Texas, which, funnily enough, is Scott Cawthon's home state. So that's interesting. But yeah, ooh, ooh, ooh. I have an idea. Make FNAF 3 William Afton destroying the cursed animatronics. It gonna be so good, man. Deleted sister location trailer would be scary as freak. Surviving these nights? I mean, yeah. Afton finally meeting his end, and whatever curse he has allowed to be conjured, being lifted. You should do a deleted FNAF sister location trailer next. Can you make the remake of Meat Grinder, or The Man Downstairs, or the first episode of Afton Secrets 2, or the mostly deleted FNAF trailers. Wait, um, wait, there's no FNAF 2 deleted trailer. Weird. Um, I know. That's better. I mean, if you can't tell. The main character of Five Nights at Candy's is Mary Schmidt. And she has a complete story, a complete trilogy, starting with Five Nights at Candy's 3, taking place in the early 60s, FNAF 1 taking place in 1987, shortly after the events of FNAF 2, and FNAF Five Nights at Candy's 2, taking place in 2007 with Mary's daughter, Marilyn. I have said this time and time again about my character and, wanting to make my version of the Schmidt family canon to the Five Nights at Freddy's universe, or at least having Mary have a named husband and, some additional lore details to her story. Not sure. I mean, if she was canon to the FNAF universe, I would obviously take out the big age gap that she and Michael Afton have. But due to certain parts of the story with Michael Afton, it would be highly unlikely for Michael to be married to someone, or at least start a family with someone, especially if it was Mary, so maybe not. But still, if she was actually canon to the FNAF universe and in a way in a relationship with Michael Afton, I would obviously get rid of the big age gap that they have. Because in my version, it would mostly estimate to a 12-year age gap. Don't ask. But, due to her being unrelated to Mike Schmidt, literally just Mike Schmidt, not being Mike's sister or wife, being a complete coincidence, she would be married to another person named Michael, who would also be named Mike Schmidt from marrying Mary, but his actual maiden name would be Michael Grogan. Mainly due to a fake ancestry page where Michael Afton is married to a woman named Mary Estelle Grogan for some weird reason. But and my character would obviously be part of the Schmidt family, being Mary and Mike's daughter biologically, and Marilyn's older sister. And it is an actual thing for a person who's a ginger to be born the only ginger in their family. It's an actual thing. Regardless of genetics or not. It's an actual thing. And you know what? Love it. I am so glad that having someone be born completely different from the rest of their family is not like they're adopted or like something weird. It's an actual thing. Anyway, that's all for this video. I hope to see you in the next one someday. Please stay safe, stay at home, you know the rest. Yeah. Bye.